Hey guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I've been covering this Madeline Soto case involving ex-boyfriend Stephen Stearns, who's charged with her. Well, he is not charged with her murder, but he's charged with a whole bunch of other vile acts. And in a video I did yesterday, I said, barring them giving him a deal, which I don't know they will or not, because they said the death penalty is on the line. Barring a deal, the minimum he's going to face is life in prison. And, you guys had good interactions, in your comments and saying whether you agreed or disagreed. And I applaud that. But today I just seen they had a news article where they interviewed somebody at a college, I think, or a former lawyer. I forgot, forgive me. And he was explaining why the minimum this guy will receive in jail is life in prison if he doesn't get the death penalty, which I hope he does. But take a look at this, and I thought it was interesting. I just want to share it with you guys. Check it out.
Stephan Stearns will never get out of jail if convicted of the 60 new charges filed against him this week.
Yeah, that is what a former officer turned professor says about the lead suspect in 13-year-old Madeline Soto's death. WashU's Megan Mulatto found out why there is still no charge specifically for her death.
No matter what, he's not getting out of jail.
Professor of Forensic Studies at Florida Gulf Coast University, David Thomas, says if Stephan Stearns is convicted, he will never see a day outside a jail cell.
Originally, they charged him, I think it was 1 or 2 charges in the very beginning. And that's fine because they got him off the phone. And so now what they've done is they've done a complete forensic analysis. There's no doubt in my mind that's exactly what they did. And he has recorded almost every incident that he had.
Stearns is the lead suspect in the death of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. He was arrested for several charges, including sexual battery with a child, after detectives found pictures and videos on his phone. Then they found more evidence, leading the state attorney's office to file 60 new charges against him Monday, including 40 counts of unlawful possession of materials depicting sexual performance by a child and 8 counts of sexual battery on a child under 12. The charges, enough to be sentenced to life in prison if convicted.
Capital felonies means that he'll face life, he'll be in prison for life. And there's no doubt in my mind they have the evidence to secure, to make those charges, they have the evidence to support that.
Thomas says now the question is life in prison or the death penalty if Stearns is charged with Madeline's murder. He says there's likely already enough circumstantial evidence to charge Stearns with murder, but he thinks detectives with Kissimmee Police want to make sure their case is sealed.
Is give law enforcement and give the medical examiner's office an opportunity to do their job, because it takes time to do a great forensic analysis. Is they want to make sure that justice is served and served properly.
In Kissimmee, Megan Mulatto, WESH 2 News.
Guys, that was some interesting information that the professor said. Said, barring the 60 counts of all of the stuff that he's charged with right now, that's enough to give him the death penalty or lobby for it. Because, some of the criteria, like the 8 counts, original counts of messing with a child under the age of 11, under the age of 12, one of those counts alone is enough to get the death penalty. But it all comes down, like I think, in my opinion, like he said, if he was really paying attention, to the autopsy report and the forensic findings. Maybe they'll get their motive. This guy right here is not going to talk. He's not going to say nothing. The cat's already out of the bag. Probably knows he's not going nowhere, so he's going to keep his mouth shut like most idiots do. Can't even give closure to the family that wasn't even a part of this stuff. So whatever's found on that forensic report and autopsy report, what have you, will determine, where this guy goes. That's it. That's what I believe, in my opinion. Now, if you listen to this dude, right, when he was talking, I think in court, they're going to bring up the autopsy findings, because remember, this is a child here. It's striking. It's a very disturbing case involving a child and involving a subject matter that's very uncomfortable to talk about. You know, touching a kid or whatever. And it is. They're going to use everything they can to crush this dude. Now, I don't know if he'll be offered a deal. Me personally, I don't know how Florida laws is. He ain't going nowhere. So why not even push for the penalty of death? I would push for it because she should still be alive. I don't know how they work their laws out there. I don't even know if they'll offer him something. But I mean, one thing's for sure. Like I said yesterday, he ain't going nowhere. He's not. 70 charges, 70 counts. You can't beat 70 counts, let alone one of them. Evidence overwhelming. They got the body, got you at the scene, fixing your tire. You the last one seen with her. If you dropped her off at school, there's no way she got out there and you was that close. Coincidentally, it seemed open and shut. But then again, we've seen stranger things on this channel by covering other stories that seem like they should be open and shut. You agree or disagree? What this guy did was beyond trifling. It is. One thing I think about, and this is just me personally, I think a lot has to do with titles. You heard Jen Soto, the dumbass mom. Oh, my husband. So you got to be careful about these titles that you give each other when you're in a relationship and it's not an official marriage. See, because the energy and the titles and the names and stuff, sometimes that has dire consequences on people that's around you. With hearing that enough times, they start to believe it or they start to just accept it. He the stepdad, not even married to this woman. That game they was playing, he probably used that against her. And this is just me speculating. He probably, you know, you hear something after over time, repetition, start to believe it. Where's her father at? That's another thing. I ain't heard nothing from the dad. Some people have, I don't know what her relationship with her father or what, but I haven't heard him come out publicly on a news outlet anywhere and say something. Now I'm gonna say something real fast. A lot of people on YouTube are covering this story and they're getting crazy views on it. More power to them. The way I run my channel is the way I run my channel. Somebody left me an email yesterday and was like, oh, you need to do your channel like these other YouTubers and have people calling in. Okay, number one, the reason why I don't do that right now is because this is not the type of setup for that. And number two, I've learned already in my 2 years of doing YouTube, a lot of statements people say that you hear close to the crime, just letting them randomly call into a show and have that recorded on a live stream. If that backfires, you look really bad and discreditable. There are a lot of people out here that are saying stuff about the mom. And I think a lot of it is not true. People just want to hear themselves talk sometimes. And they're saying all kind of crazy stuff. Some of the stuff you guys heard, but like, you know, cases like this involving a child that pull on the heartstrings and create anger within all of us. A lot of times we try to weed through what's real and what's not. And our emotions can dictate that sometimes to give the wrong, you know, person a voice that has nothing to do with this. And that's just me. I mean, some of the stuff I've been hearing by looking at other YouTubers' videos, and it's not their fault. They're doing what they think. You know, I just think the vetting process with some of the information that's out there is totally false and erroneous. You know, from my experience, people will get on your show or contact you and don't have nothing to do with it. And when you sift through the garbage outside of a live stream, you'll realize, what you're saying, you ain't got no direct in the case, and what you're saying don't make sense. I can't say that to my viewers, because if I say that to my viewers and it comes out false, because I believe it's false in my mind, and I'm just saying it just to get it out there, that's a bad look. You know what I'm saying? We all content creators. We create content that we think you guys would be interested in. All of our audiences are different. The age range and everything is different. People that are subscribers to this channel subscribe to this channel mainly because they understand and they somewhat agree with what I'm saying or the way I break things down to them, where it's like, okay, that I can feel. That's one of the reasons why. I mean, the person that sent me that email, they weren't disrespectful, but, you know, and trust me, I feel as though, you know, anybody can give somebody suggestions, but it's very hard to sit in this chair and look at a camera and talk as if I have a bunch of people in front of me, like you're standing right in front of me. It's very hard. And it's for any YouTuber that's out there. We work hard, guys. We do. And I don't want to discredit nobody because, I mean, people run their show the way they run their show. Whatever makes your show grow, if that's what your audience desires, that's what you give them. You know, and I'm just doing the best I can with what I got and the way I present stuff. If it's not on the news, anything, I can't bust a hearsay. And I can't go to a stranger that just talking on the phone that I don't even know, that might not even be related to the case or living down there, just feel as though they can fabricate something to say it. All these people calling in these shows liars? No, but can't everybody know everything about the case? I just wanted to state that. But this guy not getting out of jail. He not. I said that yesterday. He ain't getting out of jail. So the minimum he's facing is life in prison. We'll see how this go. Hopefully, if the autopsy report comes back, and it's going to be probably some months from now, when this thing dies down, it will say a lot to whether he does get the death penalty or not. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope this young lady, Madeline Soto, does get the justice she deserves, which will never be enough for what happened to her and what she went through. But we'll see. And we'll see what's going on with this mom situation too. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe.